It's Friday, it's lockdown, under curfew again. So what better thing to do than make a whole load of marvellous meatballs. These are from a centuries-old family recipe and they're absolutely delicious, and you can eat them straight away, or you can store them in olive oil for anything up to a year. In fact, maybe they should be called Pilgrims meatballs, because people used to make them for going on pilgrimage, and know that anywhere along their journey they'd have something delicious and nutritious to eat. So the canvas for this little piece of culinary art is 1 kilogram of minced beef. It should be fairly lean and finely ground. So here, if you like, are the colours you're going to add to your canvas so your meatballs are packed with flavour. Here are 6 cloves of crushed garlic, 1 tablespoon of turmeric, 1 tablespoon of paprika, a little smoked chilli, that's optional, 1 tablespoon of thyme, 2 heaped teaspoons of salt, and here, all ground together, are 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds, which would equate to about a tablespoon of coriander powder, ground coriander, 2 tablespoons of ground caraway seeds, 1 bay leaf, that's optional. So now I'm just going to add my spices to the mince, and I'm going to mix everything in thoroughly just with a fork. You just have to just keep turning and then running everything through. So as you can see, the mince is now thoroughly combined with the spices and ready to roll into meatballs. It goes without saying that your hands should be thoroughly clean, which I'm sure they are, more so than ever in this time of corona. And you get some meat. You want to make the ball roughly the size of a golf ball, not too big, not too tiny. And what you do is you squeeze the meat. You don't want any air pockets in the middle, and then you roll it into the shape of a ball. Just do that one more time for you. So there's a little bit of meat, and you squeeze it and roll. And you keep going like that patiently, as I am, because I have no access to child labour or friendly collaboration, so I'll just keep rolling till they're ready to cook. So 5 trillion years later, I'm joking, it actually just took me about 10 minutes. There they all are, the meatballs ready to cook, and we're going to fry them first. So there you can see I've got some vegetable oil, 3/4 of an inch deep, on a medium heat. You don't use olive oil for frying because it doesn't withstand high temperatures. You get the oil nice and hot before you put in the meatballs, because you want them to form a crust as soon as they go in there, so that they're not absorbing oil and becoming greasy inside. You can see that the meatballs are nicely browned on each side. It takes about 5 minutes for that to happen. Switch off the heat while you transfer them to a dish that's lined with just kitchen roll, really, to absorb the surplus oil, because you don't want them to be, you want to get rid of as much of the vegetable oil as possible. And here they are, sitting on their paper towel, draining. Here they are, the meatballs, cooked and transferred into a glass jar. You've got to use glass, which has been filled up with olive oil. And you don't need to store them in the fridge. They need to be completely covered with oil. And you can store them in the cupboard and eat them as they are, or prepare a nice little sauce for them. The meatballs are delicious hot or cold. Here they are enlivening a very simple salad. You can see on the outside they're nice and brown, on the inside totally succulent, and eating them hot. You could add them to omelettes or make a very nice tomato sauce for them. I think it's time I tried one, just to tell you if they were a success. Delicious. Make some for yourself or put some in another jar and give them as a present. That was a productive lockdown evening.